Hello, hello, all right, working, awesome. We are live for Activate Part 1. I am so pumped for this event. This is a 3-part experience. I'm streaming over on Instagram at the Jocelyn Dawn and right here in our Co-Create Facebook community. This is a really, really beautiful event because it's something I'm really, really passionate about. And I really, like I just put in my stories, I do truly believe that our own ability to create wealth, to create our ideal life, like location, time, freedom, all the things we crave is in direct accordance to or in alignment with our own ability to trust ourselves. Oh my gosh, our own ability to trust ourselves. Can you imagine? So, hold on one moment. Okay. The live stream over on Facebook might be having some issues. So if it's having issues, come over to Instagram. All right, you guys, this is a jam-packed 3-day experience. I've got a lot to cover over these 3 days. I'm going to be sharing my own personal experience, okay? So let me just first give you an itinerary of what we're going to cover. All right, so today we are diving into awareness, because if we don't know where we are currently, if we don't realize that we are in our own way, for example, or if we don't realize that, the thoughts or the beliefs or ideas that we're currently holding are co-creating with us and are creating our reality, we're not going to go anywhere. We're not going to change our experience until we become aware of our current experience. So always, 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 in anything I teach, we always start with awareness. Always awareness, okay? So we're going to start with awareness today. We're just going to challenge our own perceptions. We're going to question our beliefs and our ideas, right? And it's going to be really fun. And then about 3/4 of the way through today, I'm going to be walking you through or sharing an EFT activation with you. So this is one of my favorite tools when it comes to releasing old ideas and co-creating, right? So, and really remembering our own voice, our own truth, and that purpose within, okay? So it's going to be really fun later today as well. Tomorrow is going to be at a different time, by the way. I have got something to do here at the house, so I'm going to let you know via email or social media what time I'm actually going to be on live tomorrow. It'll most likely be at 12 p.m. Costa Rica time, okay, but I'll let you know. Tomorrow we're going to be tapping into this limitless potential, okay, remembering our creative abilities and really what makes us unique, what fires us up. So if you're somebody here who, maybe you're feeling a little like monotony, you're feeling a little like, oh, is this it? Like, I know there's more to my experience. Like, I want more. I crave a richer, a deeper, a more whatever, a more experience. This day is going to really ignite this within you and help you to remember how powerful you really truly are. Okay, so that's all tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to be taking you on a journey, visualization I'm not going to share too much because it's so exciting. Okay, and then on Saturday, our part 3, we'll be wrapping it up with my favorite day of all. Can you imagine? We're going to be moving it all into the body, okay, and recoding in this new idea. Today is all about kind of just becoming aware and releasing old ideas. And then on Saturday, we're really going to, after we create a new idea on Friday, we're going to move it into the body on Saturday. Okay, on Saturday, I'm also going to be sharing which courses or classes are currently open for enrollment within Rise Academy. So if you have any questions about working with me or getting a little bit closer, you can message me directly, or you can also wait till day 3 when I'm going to probably answer your questions then. Okay, so if you haven't registered, I do want to remind you one more time that you want to register for this free event to get the full experience. Okay, so I'm going to be emailing out the registrants, the replay, the workbook with powerful integration questions. Like writing is so potent and important for this process as we begin to really override our normal, and begin to recalibrate into a new normal, okay? I'm also going to be adding in a really special gift for anyone who has registered, so keep your eyes on your email later today. All right. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm just gonna see. I think we're okay here on Facebook. It looks okay. It tells me it's having performance issues. All right, Facebook. Alrighty then. Okay, so let's jump in. I'm assuming that maybe a handful of you know me personally or know of my story. Maybe you've been following along for a while. You've been kind of watching what I've been doing on social media. And I am also assuming that a bunch of you don't even know who I am at all or what I'm doing here. Okay? So I will preface this by saying I love to teach through experience. Okay, my own personal experiences. I'm not really here to teach you concepts too much or like technical terms. Really, I'm here to teach you through my own experience. And I do that mostly through telling stories, my own personal stories. Okay, I'm gonna start there. So, rewind back about, let's see, well, let's start, like 8 years ago. My son's 8. I was a single mom. Okay, I found myself in a situation where, it's no one else's fault but mine, because that is what I believed I was worthy of in that moment. Okay, that's what I had called into my experience. Because as we go through these 3 days, you will begin to realize how powerful you actually are, and how much our thoughts and our beliefs and our ideas influence our actions and create our reality, right? Okay, so back then, I had been calling in that situation because it's what I actually knew. Okay, I was raised by a single mom, and I realized one day that I had a lot of the same stuff happening that happened to me when I was little, or the way that I was raising my babies was really similar to how my mom raised me. And so I became aware. Remember, awareness is number one. I became aware, and I started to question it. And I started to feel it and ask myself, is this really truly the life I want to live? Okay? Do I really want to recreate my childhood by staying in a relationship that was very detrimental to my whole being and the being of my children? And the answer was no. So once we have this awareness, we get to change it. We get to change it. So I chose to change it. Okay, and so I did find myself needing to rely on the government. Thank goodness for resources in Canada, right? We don't understand or realize how actually lucky we are, and a lot of people are like being pretty rude to Canada at the moment. We're actually pretty lucky when it comes to government support. So I'm super grateful for that, because here living in Costa Rica now, they don't have that here, just an FYI. Okay, so anyway, I found myself needing to rely on the government support. I was living in government housing, and from the outside, it looked like I was pretty stuck. Like I was just like there, just existing, going through the motions, surrounded by, all my neighbors were also single moms. And I later found out that that place, that complex, people nicknamed it No Daddy Lane. No Daddy Lane. Okay, that's a little embarrassing. But when I was there, that was the moment when everything shifted for me. Okay? Everything shifted for me because I decided on a new experience. I decided my life isn't going to look like this. This is not my reality. I'm rejecting all of this right here and now. I am no longer okay with this situation. I'm no longer okay with just getting by, just having enough, like needing to rely on something or somebody else. And so when I began to challenge this things begin to shift. And so this is where most people hang out, is that they're like, I want a different experience. I don't like this. I'm very unhappy and I'm not satisfied and all the things. But then when it comes to deciding on what they do want, they're like, I don't know. Like, well, I do know I would like this, this, but I don't know. It comes down to this, like, I don't know. Okay? The I don't know is what is keeping you where you are. All right? And so when I was in that situation, it was very easy for me to choose something else. Okay? And so you might say, how is it easy to choose something else if you're in such a stuck situation? It's because I was creating something else in here. Like I started saying, looking from the outside at my situation, it probably looked like I was stuck, okay? But at nighttime, after I put the kids to bed, I would get to work. And at that time I was building an online business, and I would literally work between nap times and after bedtime. And sometimes I would stay up until 2, 3 in the morning working on our future while the kids slept, right? And then in the morning, I would spend the whole day with the kids, my little kid at that time. And then again, I would look forward to what I was going to be doing and planning and creating that night, okay? Because I was building our future. So there was part of me still operating in the masculine, which we're probably going to get into more tomorrow. But I was creating this new reality in my imagination. Okay, and so some of you here are probably like, this is kind of sound a little bit woo-woo. Okay, bear with me. I want you to take a second to just look around at everything, anything around you, okay? Everything started as an idea in someone's mind, in someone's imagination. Everything. Show me something that didn't start as an idea, okay? So, for example, this. You guys know what this is? It's a tripod. All right, this is a pretty great idea. Where did it come from? Somebody was probably fed up with, whatever, I'm just going to use a random example, putting their phone leaning on something else. And so they're like, wouldn't it be so good? And probably this was inspired by the camera tripod, obviously. Like, it started as not just whatever. You get what I'm trying to say. It's like there was a need, therefore there is this idea that was created. Everything starts as an idea in someone's imagination, and then it evolves along the way. Look at these headphones. Okay, they're wireless, but they're connected together, but they still connect to my phone. Like, they did not start this way. Okay, so all of these ideas, all of these things that we have in our 3D world now started in someone's imagination. So I want you to realize that these ideas that you have are very, very valid, okay? And a lot of people are afraid to, to like get their ideas out into the world because they're not ready. The idea is not ready, or it's not good enough, or whatever. But the thing is we need to remember the evolution of ideas, okay? The evolution of ideas. So in that moment, what I was doing at nighttime, at nighttime after the kids would go to bed, is I was creating a new reality, like I mentioned. I was existing in this way, and we're going to get into this tomorrow more, and especially on part 3, okay? So I was existing in this reality and creating it, okay? And what happens when we do so is we begin to change. We begin to think differently. We begin to move differently. We begin to receive differently, okay? So the logical way, the logical linear progress, if somebody was, say, in my situation back then, government housing, building a business in between nap times and bedtimes, and really, truly just scraping by. The linear, logical process is to budget, probably, to save money, to make maybe a year, 5-year plan, and to start each day, maybe they even break it down each month, a plan, and like try to keep on track and have everything's, linear. Okay. That's not what I was doing, and that's not what I'm teaching here. I'm going to teach you a different way. All right, so what I'm trying to show you here is that there's another way. Okay, I'm trying to maybe hopefully challenge your own perception and your own beliefs of what's possible. Okay, so in that moment when I was creating these new ideas in my imagination and really getting emotionally involved with them, I was asking myself, well, I know that I am not happy here. I know that this is not my life, right? I'm building the awareness. And then what am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? I'm going to decide on a different experience. So I decided, well, what do I want then? I, at that moment, was really, really dreading the winters because I come from a very wintry place. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But I mean, those of you that have little kids, you know what I'm talking about, especially as a single mom. You're like, the time it takes me to even just get out the door with you guys until, we spend more time getting ready and getting out the door and then actually outside. It's not a good time. So my desire, my really burning desire, was to get out of the winter, even if it was just for a winter. Okay, so that was what I wanted. Something happened though, because I mentioned it a little bit ago, how sometimes we waver. We're like, okay, I don't want this. I know what I don't want, but I don't actually know what I do want. So I was in that space of between knowing and not knowing. Okay, so I was dissatisfied, but I didn't actually make the decision of something different yet. Okay, I want you to ask yourself, am I not making the decision of something different? Am I not deciding? And if I am not deciding, why not? Why am I not deciding? Okay, what usually comes from that is, the money's not here. I don't know how. I don't know how. Okay, something along those lines. Or I'm not good enough. I'm not ready. The kids are too young. All of these stories, okay? And so when we don't make a decision, we continue to exist in the in-between. And that is hard. It's the struggle, it's the stress, it's the worry, it's the overwhelm, it's the I don't know. When somebody says, I don't know, it tells me that you haven't made a decision. That's it. Simple. You haven't made a decision. And why haven't you made a decision? It's possibly because you're afraid. You're afraid of messing up. You're afraid of choosing the wrong decision. You're afraid of what other people will think. Whatever it is, okay? So once we make the decision, just like I mentioned, I was building this new idea in my imagination. Once we make the decision, everything changes, okay? It's just like when we are going on a trip, for example. When we book a trip somewhere, we buy the plane ticket and we receive the itinerary and we're like, okay, well, I'm going to Costa Rica on this day, for example, and what do we do to prepare? We pack our shit, we get ready, we make adjustments to our whatever, we book accommodation, we do what we need to do to get going. Okay, so it changes us. When we make a decision, everything changes. We start to move in accordance and in alignment with that decision. Do you see what I mean? Okay, and so once we make a decision, for example, I was in that situation, and if I would have looked around and been like making decisions that are in alignment with my current situation in that time, my decisions would have been like this, right? My decisions would have been floppy and like really floppy. Is that the right word? Okay, but I chose to detach from my 3D results in that time because I understood that they were nothing more than a physical manifestation of my past thoughts, beliefs, and actions. Remember that we're always unconsciously and consciously creating. Okay, so if I would have continued to look at my current results in that time and made decisions from there, or allowed them to impact my thoughts, for example, my moves, my action, what am I going to be doing? I'm going to be creating more of the same. All right, I want you to really hear this. if we allow ourselves to be impacted, emotionally governed by our outside 3D physical current experience, we will continue to create the same results. Period. Okay, so what do we need to do? We get to choose again. We get to decide. All right, so in that moment, I hadn't yet decided that I wanted to leave, but I just had this desire. Okay, what happened? The universe, source, God, creator, whatever you want to call it, had other plans. And I was really like each day, you know, oh, I hate the winter. It's so cold. Everything's blah, blah, blah. One day, driving my mom's truck to go pick up my little son from forest school with my baby in the car, and the roads are black ice. Going around rock cuts on a skinny road, there's this, like, you know, this place where the water drains off the mountain. Absolute black ice, and I crashed the truck, rode off the truck, and had a very close, you know, near-death experience. Not so much the crash was not that bad, but it was getting out of the car on a highway of black ice with semi-trucks, big huge trucks, vans, vehicles everywhere, also sliding everywhere on the road towards us. Me and my baby standing on the side of this icy highway. In that moment, everything flashed before my eyes. Everything, okay? This still makes me emotional because it's this that it doesn't need to be that drastic, okay? This decision-making doesn't need to be this drastic. Okay, so Bob Proctor, who is one of my mentors, he's an old Canadian guy. He's amazing. If you don't know who he is, go check him out. He's passed now. He passed last year, but he used to say that sorry, I just lost my train of thought. One moment. Yeah, okay. He used to say that there's two ways to change a paradigm. There it is. A paradigm is Bob's language. He loved to call a paradigm. It's basically just a collection of your thoughts, okay? A collection of your beliefs. What are beliefs? Thoughts, thought over and over and over and over and over again. That's it. Okay, it's thoughts maybe from the outside world, somebody telling you something, and you eventually believing it. But paradigm is just essentially just a collection of your thoughts, okay? And so he used to say that there's two ways to change a paradigm, to change these beliefs. Because remember, we're going to be creating and thinking and moving and whatever, feeling in alignment with those thoughts, with those beliefs, always. They will always create our reality. If we believe money's hard to make, if we believe rich people are assholes, this is always going to be our reality. If we believe we are only worthy of just enough, this is going to be our reality. This is so important. Okay, so Bob used to say there's only two ways to break a paradigm. He said one is through constant spaced repetition. This is what we really focus on within Rise Academy, is this like constantly telling ourselves a new idea, constantly, okay, creating this new identity and embodying a new identity so we can collapse time. We're going to talk more about this over the next 2 days. Okay. The second way to change a paradigm, in Bob's words, is through drastic emotional impact. Through something that just like rocks your world. It rocks your world. It changes you in a split second. Okay, maybe that's, something like my experience. Okay, I was there, I was standing on the highway, and like everything was happening around. In that moment, I said, no more. I'm no more. I'm no more here. And I changed in that moment. Everything shifted. The whole coding of my future shifted in that split second. Okay, because of that huge decision that I had just made. Okay, so from that moment on, I had decided. I didn't know all the details. I didn't know how, but I had decided. Before the next winter, I would be on a beach with my children. Yes or yes. There's no plan B. If there's a plan B, we plan to fail. We need to hear that. If there's a plan B, we plan to fail. Okay? So again, looking from the outside in, somebody would have said there's no chance in hell that you're doing that. or it's irresponsible to do that. Okay, I had other ideas. As you guys know, I had other really big ideas brewing in my imagination. And I started really getting emotionally involved with them and really started connecting into my truth and connecting in with my purpose and really leaning into this idea that this is actually my life. Okay. And then everything started happening. The perfect people came, the perfect opportunities showed up, the perfect everything started happening. Okay, randomly. I want, ask yourself if this has ever happened to you, because I hear it all the time from my students, especially after a call with me, they get off and they're all of a sudden like, oh my God, I can't, you won't even believe. And I'm like, I do believe. You won't even believe what happened to me. As soon as we hung up from our call, I got a message from this girl who led to this, and then here I am already doing this. And I'm like, see, you made the decision. That's all you need to do, is really truly remember that you are actually in control of what's happening here. Okay, and when I say in control, you cannot take this decision and then be like, okay, let's get to work. This is the masculine hustle, work, struggle, stress, grind. We don't exist in that way. We take the effortless feminine way. Okay, and from this is what I mean, is we let go. This is all about tomorrow's conversation, is all about this, okay? So, once I made the decision, it was September 2019, and I was like, before the snowflake, we're gonna be on the beach. And we did it. Okay, my business grew exactly as I needed it to grow. Everything happened in accordance to that decision, because it's not just the decision. I developed a new identity of who I was. I was no longer a single mom living in government housing after that experience. I decided that I was so much more. Our self-identity and the way that we lead ourselves has so much to do with everything. Our success, our wealth, our experience, what we attract in, the relationship, everything, okay, everything. Oh, go on all day. All right. So I want to share with you an EFT activation. So I hope you now see what I'm talking about here, and I hope you feel that activation within you, that ability to literally create anything. Okay, I want you to really dive into the integration questions today as soon as you watch this live video. Okay, I really want you to dive in and go deep with the questions, because this is going to help you get these old ideas and beliefs out, so you can really look at them and be like, no more. I'm no longer there. I don't live there anymore. I used to say, I don't live there anymore. Okay, and so EFT is emotional freedom techniques, okay? I've kind of formulated my own way of doing this. I call it an EFT activation, because EFT is a beautiful tool that I personally use to help us to bring out these old beliefs and ideas, take a look at them, acknowledge them, bless them, and release them, so that we can forgive ourselves and recreate new beliefs, so that we can choose again and really choose what we do want. Okay, so when you are ready, find a comfortable seat. Okay, sit up tall, and I want you to roll your shoulders back a couple times, just really arriving into your body. Okay, and then when you're ready, I want you to close your eyes. Make sure you're in a safe place to do so. Don't do this while you're driving. And then take a big inhale and exhale. Okay, our affirmation today that I've chosen is, I am here for more. I am here for more. I want you to repeat this affirmation. I am here for more. And I want you to feel in your body. How does it feel? I am here for more. Is there any place of tension or stress that kind of fires up when you say this? I am here for more. Maybe it's in your belly, solar plexus area. A little bit of like, butterflies, or I don't know, nervous energy. Another inhale. I am here for more. Just taking note of the physical side of this, what you're feeling physically. And then I want you to say this again and listen to what you are hearing mentally. Okay, when you say, I am here for more, mentally, what's happening? What does your mind say? Your conscious mind. I am here for more. Maybe what you hear is something along the lines of, but how? Or I'm not good enough. Or what's she gonna think? Or whatever. I want you to just see these stories. Just notice them. Observe them objectively. Take another breath here. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. Okay. I want you to get your notebook, a piece of paper, and write down everything that you heard. Okay. Everything. Where did you feel it in your body? Did you feel any resistance show up? I am here for more. Maybe something happened to you in the past that really has stuck with you, that you've been carrying, and you're like, I'm here for more, but really I'm not good enough. Like, because that's what XYZ, that's what this person always would say. I'm never good enough for them. Right? This is deep work, you guys. This is deep work. It's going to bring up some stuff, and be open to it. Okay, I want you to be open to it, because this is how we heal in a split second. We have the ability, do you know that we have the ability to heal in a second? Like heal from past trauma, past like whatever, even abuse, things. Like we do not need to carry what happened with us any longer. What a relief. Because when we let it go, we start to create new. We break free of this cycle, okay? So I want you to now remember what you had heard mentally. Okay, what was telling you that you're not here for more, or that you're not able to have more? And write it down, because these, I call them like your keys to your success. Okay, these are the deep-rooted beliefs that you have been creating through. It's almost like they're like a filter. They're like it's like a mask. Okay, they are the way that you have been seeing the world. And they are the way that the world has been seeing you. Does that make so much sense now? If you believe that I'm not good enough, or I don't know how, right? I'm not worthy. Look at your results. It's probably very similar to those beliefs. Okay, so when you're ready, I am going to lead you through tapping, okay? And the things that I'm going to say, I'm totally flying completely intuitively here, okay? So I'm feeling and choosing statements that I feel are relevant for the collective, okay? But if you want to do this a second time and really add in your own statements, this is where the magic happens, okay? This is most powerful. We can also work one-on-one with this. Any of my one-on-one coaching packages offer an EFT activation, one per each call, okay? So this is really, really powerful when we work together on this, because then we can actually integrate your own unique beliefs and ideas. So we can really get to the root, okay? All right, so you're just gonna follow along with me. We're gonna tap on acupressure points on various parts of the body, and I'm going to say something, and I'm gonna leave some space for you to repeat after me. Okay, so if something triggers you, that's a good thing. Write it down, write it down, write it down, remember it. Okay, dig deeper into it. If something doesn't feel good in your body, write it down, question it, all right? Okay, take a breath when you're ready. We're going to do 3 rounds. And the first round is bringing out all of these beliefs and ideas. All right. So, tapping on the side of the hand, we're going to say, when I say this affirmation, I am here for more. I notice I feel a certain way. I notice I have some old ideas show up. And I would like to explore them today. So even though there's part of me that does not believe that I'm here for more, in this current moment, that's okay. I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway. Let's go to the top of the head. When I say this affirmation, eyebrow point, I am here for more. Side of the eye, I feel some resistance in my body. Underneath the eyes, this resistance feels like, how did it feel? Fill in the blank. Underneath the nose. And I feel it in my, fill in the blank. Where'd you feel it? Underneath the mouth. When I said this affirmation, collarbone point, I noticed a lot of beliefs and ideas show up. Underneath the arms, the side of the ribs, all these ideas trying to tell me that I'm not. Underneath the chest, like solar plexus, all these ideas that I see I've picked up along the way. Wrist point again. I know they're not serving me. To the top of the head again. And I know they don't feel good. Eyebrow point. These ideas that I'm not good enough. Side of the eye. Or I don't work hard enough. Underneath the eyes. I don't know enough for more. Underneath the nose. I don't have extra time. Underneath the mouth. I would love to believe that I'm here for more. Collarbone point. But all these ideas and beliefs feel very real. Underneath the arms, I would love to explore the possibility of shifting them. Underneath the chest, what if they're not? What if they don't need to be my truth anymore? Wrist point, what if I actually am here for more? One more time on the wrists. And I am completely capable and ready for more now. Okay. Take a breath, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Close your eyes. Just take another breath here. Just noticing how you're feeling. Sometimes after the first round, we feel even worse. Okay, when you're ready, open your eyes, and I want you to write everything down. Write down any thoughts you had, any ideas, any beliefs that you know are not serving you, okay? Any ideas that you're not good enough, you don't know enough, like elaborate on that, okay? Get deeper into your own personal thoughts and beliefs. This is the ticket. This is the key to releasing them, is first awareness, becoming aware, okay? So sometimes, like I said, we're like bringing out these monsters from the cage, you know, we are setting them free. And so sometimes right now we're like, I don't feel good. I don't like these feelings, okay? This is our opportunity to clean them out for good. It's our opportunity to see them for what they are. Like, oh, hey, Mom, thanks. I love you. You were doing the best that you could with what you had. Just an example. And I'm now ready to go off on my own. I'm strong enough. You know, I don't need, you know, you can go down this, okay? And you can heal. You can release them. But we need to release them. So many of us are just like, okay with like, oh, shove it down under the rug again. It's okay. Like, I'll just deal with that later. No, it's just now and there we go. Let it go. All right. So again, you might be feeling still like a little bit like I got all of these like ideas and beliefs like a lot, especially if you're new to this work. Like do that again. Do it again and again and again and again. And really truly believe like this work is very powerful. Okay, get them out of your system. Talk through it. Okay. And then, like I said, switch the words if you need to. Like add your own unique words into it. All right, you can't mess this up. You've got this. Okay. Next round, we're going to do some forgiveness. But if we're not ready to forgive ourselves again, do this first round again. All right. When you're ready, take a breath. Close your eyes. All right. We're going to tap on the side of the hand again. We're going to say, even though I had so many ideas and beliefs I've been holding on to, I'm now aware of them. I know they are no longer serving me. And I am so ready to let them go. All of these beliefs and ideas and thoughts that I have been allowing to control me. I am now ready to let them go. Let's go to the top of the head. When I first said this affirmation, eyebrow point, I had so many old ideas and beliefs come up. Side of the eye, a lot of which I recognize from my past. Oh, hey, Mom. Underneath the eyes. They don't feel good. Sorry, let's do that again. They don't feel good in my body anymore. Underneath the nose. I know they are no longer serving me. Underneath the mouth. I am so ready to create a new experience. Collarbone point. I am ready to bless and release these old ideas. Underneath the arms. These ideas of not knowing enough, not being good enough, not having enough time. Underneath the chest. these ideas of fill in the blank. What are the ideas that came up for you? Miss points. I'm ready to let them go. Let's go to the top of the head. I'm ready to forgive myself for holding on to them. Eyebrow point. I'm ready to forgive myself for believing that they're true. Side of the eye. I'm ready to forgive myself for holding myself back. Underneath the eyes, I'm ready to forgive myself for, fill in the blank, get it out. Underneath the nose, I'm ready to move on. Underneath the mouth, I'm ready to heal. Collarbone point, all of these old thoughts and beliefs that were not serving me. Underneath the arms, I now see them for what they are. Underneath the chest, I bless them, I thank them, I am grateful for them. Wrist point, and I let them go. Continue on the wrists. I deeply and completely forgive myself. For existing in this way for so long. I am ready for a new experience. All right. Take a breath, one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Close your eyes. Tuning into how you're feeling. Noticing your energy, noticing the new energy buzzing throughout the body. Just feeling the space you have created since releasing these old expired beliefs. Okay, open your eyes when you're ready. Write down anything and everything that has come up for you. If there is still this feeling that you are still holding on to these beliefs in some way, shape, or form, this is normal, okay? This is totally normal. I want you to get deeper into it. You know the feeling, okay? You know the feeling when you're like, oh, I still feel stuck. I still feel like limited. I still feel, why? Why? Ask yourself why. There's nothing wrong with that feeling. We don't judge it. We don't criticize ourselves. We don't tell us that we suck or we're broken. We just ask, why? Why am I feeling this? Where is it coming from? We write it down, get it out, and we look at it and we unpack it. Right? We don't need to spend all day there. We don't need to set up camp. We just see it for what it is and be like, oh shit, is this belief serving me? Do I want to live there anymore? No. Chances are, no. Nope. Okay. Bless you, release you, melt away. Okay, and we, in that moment, need to choose again. We are missing the point if we are just blessing and releasing, because guess what, the door's still open. That one's still going to come back. We need to override it, build a new economy, as Bob would say. We need to build a new economy that makes the old one obsolete. If this idea is no longer serving me, what is one that would? I am here for more. I am open and ready to receive. Everything is happening for me. Okay. Let's get into some affirmations. This is what we're going to override it with. Okay, take a breath. And let's tap on the side of the hand and say, all of these old beliefs and ideas I've been holding on to for so long, I now see them for what they are. I've acknowledged them. I've blessed them. And I've released them. I am here for more. Go to the top of the head. I am a powerful human being. Eyebrow point with incredible creative abilities. Side of the eye. I have the ability to create anything from a single idea. Underneath the eyes. I'm so powerful. Underneath the nose. I am choosing to consciously co-create my reality. Underneath the mouth. I am choosing to watch my thoughts and beliefs. Collarbone point, and only choose the ones that are serving me. Underneath the arms, anytime an old belief shows up. Underneath the chest, I see it for what it is, I bless it, release it. Wrist point, and I choose again. The top of the head, I choose love. Eyebrow point, I choose ease and flow. Side of the eye, I choose fun. Underneath the eyes, I am here for more. Underneath the nose, and I know it. Underneath the mouth. So anytime these old beliefs try to sneak in, collarbone point, I see them for what they are. Underneath the arms, I'm so grateful for this awareness. Underneath the chest, I'm so proud of myself. Wrist point, and I am so excited for what I am creating. One more on the wrists. I am here for more. All right. One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Breathe it in, integrating, recoding, recalibrating, all the things. Just feeling this like swirling of new energy rising from the earth, from your tailbone all the way up to the top of your head, connecting you into your unique soul star. How does it feel to know that this is your truth? This is your true nature. This is the creative ability that you have as a human being. Take one more breath here. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. Write down everything. So excited. How are you feeling? How was that? I want to know. Okay, leave me a comment. Leave me a DM. Do a little screenshot. Share me your stories on social. Let me know how that experience, part one of Activate, was for you. I hope that you're feeling fired up. I hope that you're feeling activated. I hope that you're feeling inspired to do something different. And we're not just going out and taking massive action. All we're doing is we're becoming aware. We're becoming aware. Today, that's our homework. We're becoming aware, and we are building the desire for something else. Okay? Because now we know how powerful we are. Now we know, or even we just have a glimmer of our own unique abilities. Because we have this realization now that we co-create our reality in every moment. If we're just going through the motions and holding the beliefs that we were taught, that we've been carrying through our whole life, if they don't feel good, if you don't have the results you want in your life, then I suggest that you consider releasing them and overriding them with a new one. Okay, so fun. Alrighty, you guys. Watch your email if you registered. If you didn't register, go register. The link is in my bio on Instagram, and it'll be in the Co-Create Facebook community group. Register, because I'm going to be sending out the recording. I'm going to be sending out the integration questions, the journal prompts that I really, really suggest you go deeper into. And I also have a gift in there for all of you that registered, because I am here to support you. I see you. I'm here to co-create with you. And I'm here to really help you rise. Okay, that is my mission. That is my vision for Rise Academy, and what I do here is I help you to change your situation through challenging your perceptions, right? And we move into this beautiful space of alchemy. This is what we're doing here. We're turning lead to gold, you guys. This is what we're doing here. Okay, I am so grateful for you all watching here. You're so awesome. Okay. Register, 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 and I'm going to see you tomorrow. Remember that tomorrow is going to be at a different time. It can be a little bit later in the day. We have some people coming to the house doing something funky, so I'm not going to be here working when they're here, and so I'll be on a little bit later. But again, you'll hear from me via social media. Come hang out in my stories on Instagram. By the way, you guys, over in the Facebook group, if you didn't realize, I created a new account over on Instagram, and it's brand new. So if you're not coming and hanging out with us over there, you're missing out. It's at the Jocelyn Dawn. Okay. Come hang out with my stories, watch your email, and I'm going to see you tomorrow. Okay. See you tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here.